Scene 9, Martin Dassa. He's been a practicing architect since 1970 and holds licenses in the states of New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and Maine. Martin also holds a professional planning license in the state of New Jersey. Martin started in the field of architecture with the prestigious firm of McKim, Mead, and White Architects and remained with the firm for 13 years. In 1975, Martin started his own firm and has become known for his socially sensitive and user-aware approach to the practice of architecture. Martin received a Bachelor of Science in Construction Management from the Pratt Institute in Brooklyn, New York. He also attended Hofstra University Graduate School of Business Master's Degree Program. Martin is an emeritus member of the American Institute of Architects and a member of the Portland Society of Architects. Martin's friends, Donna and Ed Herseg, sent us this. Irrepressibly humorous and unapologetically nostalgic, Marty hails from New York, loves Woody Allen movies, particularly Midnight in Paris, and professes he is an artist searching for a medium. Would you please welcome Martin Dassa.
Hi, everybody. I've been to just about all of these, and I'm always amazed at the depth of information that I don't know about. This is a trip back in time, starting when I started with my career. And I want to take you on this journey using models to represent things BC, before computers, calculators, and copy machines. I guess I need to start. This is a picture taken in 1964. That's my drawing board, 101 Park Avenue. In the upper left-hand corner is a model I built of the Smithsonian Institution in Washington, D.C., Museum of History and Technology, now American History. No calculators, and I think that's important to know. This is a sculpture produced by Jose de Vera, and I was responsible for helping design the plinth that this orrery, which rotates every 6 minutes, and it represents the first modern piece of sculpture built on the Mall in Washington. The building was designed by Walker Kane. I helped lay out the lettering for this panel, quotes from inventors. What's unique about this is that the upper letters are 18 inches high, the lower letters are 12 inches high, so that when you're at 32 feet away, everything looks the same size. And this is a model of Alexander Calder's sculpture placed in a reflecting pool. I built the model of both the sculpture and the building itself. He came to the office and played with paper clips, which everybody stole. I was taking photographs, so I didn't have an opportunity to get one of them. This is the model in the upper left-hand corner, and then this is the final piece of sculpture. Many, many tons, built in France, transported here. It's been moved and now is coming back to this spot, which I found out on the internet. It's amazing how you can get information. This is a model of the Jadwin Gymnasium, and it's built over a drawing that I did showing a round building, and one of the partners, John Farron, and John Farrell came up with this three-tier shell, which houses the track, the basketball, and then the sands. These are presentation drawings that I prepared to sell the concept to the Board of Trustees. It shows the various arrangements of the plan and how well each piece fits into the other. The approval was forthcoming right after the presentation. This is a plexiglass model that I built of that concept. I went to all of these very high profile meetings because I was the only one that could put the thing together and take it apart. I made it on the hot plate from the senior partner. He wasn't happy that I was using his kitchen as a model shop. But now these are components that we built of the roof structure, and this is before computers. We had to be sure that we could see by the structure to the people running around the track. So we used sewing thread from the last seat to the last person running around the track, and then adjusted the structure. There's another photograph taken in 1968 while the structure was going up. These are two drawing boards that I ended up losing because we built the model at A scale. And this was originally built as a study model, but ended up going to the field so the contractors could look at it. There's a photograph of a model I built in the upper left-hand corner at 20th scale, and these are photographs that I took that were published in an architectural record of the structure going up. Various components going together with the structural steel, made in Elmira. They transported everything on flatbeds, attaching wheels to steel, welding and disassembling it. This is the final building on the left-hand side, and you could see the sketch model at the upper right-hand corner. The building has been re-roofed, which seems hard for me to believe. There's a photograph of Walker O'Kane, who's a senior partner I worked with. We built furniture for a museum at Princeton, and we went to Pennsylvania with the walls, and we used the furniture for the bookcases and the chairs so that we could tell them what was going on. I find this the most interesting. I built the model on the right lower corner. Then we had a photographer fly in a plane, take a picture of Boston. He then cut the negative out and inserted the model into the negative. This is before Photoshop. And we just did things differently. This is a building I worked on, a lower picture, 1993, 1983. There's a Tiffany factory building. We took the second floor out, built 4 levels within this structure, then put the dormer, and you could see starting at the upper part, the holes cut in the roof. This is the floor plan. The building was the first electrified factory in the country. The building was on a spacing of 9 feet wide by 38 feet deep. They weren't sure that electricity would last, so they built it so that you'd have windows with light coming in on all sides. This is a cross-section through the building. I did all of these drawings, and it shows a dotted line where the second floor was taken out and the 4 levels were added. The only caveat that the structural engineer told me when I told him I was removing the floor was that I had to take the windows out also so that wind could blow through the building and not tear it down. This is a building I bought on Congress Street, which I still own, 749 Congress Street. I renovated the carriage house. I've gotten approval from the Historic Preservation Commission to do an alteration on the back, and knowing that I was going to go forward with this, I felt that the best way to explain it would be to build a model of the building. So, old dogs, don't learn new tricks. So this is a model, and it shows a copy of the photograph where the elevation of the building is and the clock. Used to be the Hay Peabody Funeral Home building. I went through several different ways of handling the back of the building. The picture on the left shows the building as it exists today. The picture on the right is with an addition on the back. Got approval on the first submission before the Historic Board because they understood what it was I was planning on doing. The model is still being used today as we work forward with the project. Thank you.
I so love Martin's presentation because it has to do with a model building. We do that in the theater to make sure that the directors are going to know exactly what they get, so we build scale models, and it's so interesting that the same thing, Martin used his models at the construction site, and they're so useful.